It's the most wonderful time of the year. Woo! Welcome to Black Friday, folks. Technically, Black November. Seems like every year, Black Friday has extended, and this year is no different. In fact, they caught me off guard because they started in October this year. Yeah, there's actually some companies that started deals in October. Today, I'm going to run through the best Black Friday deals for you building a home gym as of today. I'm going to run through a ton of sites. We have some exclusive deals all throughout here. I want to tell you what you should buy if you're looking to build a home gym or add things to your home gym. Now, if you're looking to specifically build a budget home gym, I will cover some budget stuff in this video, but I'm going to run the gamut, same exact thing, but specifically for those of you that are on an ultra budget or a tighter budget over on the Budget Gym Co-op. You can check out that link in the link below the like button, and then go subscribe and watch that video if you're looking to build a budget home gym this Black Friday. If you're building a home gym, this is your Super Bowl. This is the only time where every company offers a deal, and for some companies, this is the only time they ever offer a deal the entire year. Now, that doesn't mean every deal is the greatest deal of all time. Sometimes they can feel underwhelming, but a discount is a discount, so take what you can get. But without further ado, let's start. Now, first I'm going to talk about Ironmaster. Honestly, of the deals that are available, Ironmaster is one of the better deals I've seen, partially because they make some of my favorite equipment. Like, it's just a reality. Their marketing isn't that great. I'm looking at their site now. Guys, enough with the Life Touch backgrounds. But Ironmaster is doing Black November, and right now they're offering 20% off their dumbbells and benches. Okay, those are their best pieces of equipment. They do make the IM3000, the IM2000. I'm actually literally staring at the Valhalla rack, which we're doing a full review on. If you'd like to see that, make sure you subscribe. It's a pretty cool rack, but their dumbbells, truly, their quick adjust dumbbells are without a doubt some of the most beloved, durable, adjustable dumbbell on the market. If you want a heavy dumbbell up to 160 pounds, that's somewhat quick to change, not as quick as some others, but you know it's gonna last. Ironmasters are there, and there really isn't another time of the year that you can get a better sale. Here's the reality too, Ironmaster dumbbells are often out of stock, so they're not only just putting them in stock, but they're also giving you 20% off using the code BN1 at checkout. The other thing is their bench. If you're looking for an adjustable bench, I can think of no better bench than the Ironmaster Super Bench Pro V2. And I'm not just saying that because I'm currently on Ironmaster. It is the bench that I use. I have access to every bench. I talk about it. People may get annoyed by it, but it is the best, well thought out bench for a home gym. Super lightweight, full attachments. Just everything about it is just freaking genius. So if you're looking for a bench, this is the bench, in my opinion, for a home gym. There's stouter benches. There's other benches that do stuff, but for a multi-use bench, this is the one. And also, it's 20% off using the code BN1 at checkout. There will be other sales, but if you're looking for a bench or a dumbbell, this is the time to get it, specifically on that bench. That bad boy is good. Okay, next, MX Select. So MX Select, we recently reviewed their MX Evo dumbbells. They have every spec you can imagine. 10 to 105 pound increments, change in 10 pound increments, but have magnetic adder plates, quick adjust dial that has knurl, beautiful. They have a knurled or rubbered handle. They are completely cageless, which is something a ton of people want. The diameter of the heads is not massive like they used to be. The length of them is the exact same length as Dumbbells at the appropriate weight. They're a little bit longer than Reppins, which I'll talk about here in a moment, but they're also much cheaper. They're one of, I would say, truly, they're probably the best value adjustable dumbbell on the market. I think they beat out like Snode's, True Laps, Bolt Revolvers, Power Blocks, some of those that are really good adjustable dumbbells, but they're a little bit cheaper. Dumbbells. Like if I was looking for an adjustable dumbbell, it would either be high-end Reppin or mid-tier, it would be the MX Evos. And here's the other thing. Because we hounded them about it, when they first came out, they now have a drop warranty from dropping it from no higher than 30 inches, and every part is fully replaceable. And here's the other thing, they're offering 10% off with an exclusive code. Sam, what's that exclusive code?
GGR1.
No, GGR10. What do you think? Is $1 off 1%? Yeah, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. GGR10 gets you 10% off the Evo line, which is for the rubber handle, $849, $850 plus 10% off that, which includes shipping. So if you're looking for a dumbbell, honestly, in my opinion, like when these get in more people's hands, people realize like these things are freaking awesome. That does not mean I think they're better than Rep-Ins. I want to be clear on that. Rep-Ins are still the best, in my opinion. But these are also cageless. So then let's go to Rogue. Rogue, they basically created Black November. They started with Black Friday, then they had Black Week, then they had Black Matte November, and that's what they have now. And it doesn't seem like, at least from some conversations I've seen online of people chatting with their chat, that they're doing a crazy amount of drops like they've done in years past. It used to be like Matte Black November was the time. And they do still have deals. It's just not quite, from what I'm seeing, not quite the level as years past. But if you're gonna buy from Rogue Fitness, now is the time to buy from Rogue Fitness, especially if you're building a big car. And a lot of these companies, I'm gonna talk about Rep Fitness, Giant Lifting, many of these companies, Griffin, they're offering like big discounts if you buy a big cart. So bigger the cart, the more discounts you get. So for Rogue Fitness, for instance, they have Hundo pricing. So Hundo pricing is basically the more weight that you purchase, the bigger the discount's gonna be. And that's not just weight plates. That's weight plates, that's dumbbells, that's kettlebells, change plates, those sorts of items that are really just slag iron or rubber bumpers. Those are items where the more you purchase, the bigger the discount gets. And it does, I mean, it's significant. One is they're offering shipping discounts, which matters a lot for a lot of these heavier items. But also, as you add more to the cart, you get better pricing. So for instance, on these weight plates, these are the HG 2.0s, great plate. I mean, they're honestly, for the rubber composition for a black plate, you're not gonna beat these. They're basically offering the first run is 250 pounds. So if you have a 250 pound set, you'll see Hundo pricing gets them a little bit cheaper. So, and then if you add more, see, it's like if you get to 500 pounds, 1,000 pounds, that sort of thing. So if you're outfitting your gym and you're wanting to start with weight, this is the time to do it on Hundo pricing. I will say, as far as like plates to look for from Rogue, HG 2.0 plates are their premier plate. But for home gyms, I think most can get away with the Echo bumper plates. And anybody that's like, well, Rogue Fitness is automatically more expensive than everybody else. Honestly, that's not really true because they do so much volume, specifically on these commodity items like bumper plates. Their pricing is not much more than you would find from stuff from Amazon on certain items, depends on the item, but the quality will be better and the warranty is going to be better. So honestly, a lot of like these commodity items, I still think Rogue is in the conversation, especially when you compare price apples to apples. So I would look at the Echo bumper plates version 2. They have high contrast lettering. They're gonna perform just as well as the HG 2.0s on the long term for home gyms. If you're doing a commercial gym, go for the HGs, but for a home gym, I think the Echo plates are just fine. Rogue deep dish plates, those are what I have in my gym. I will eventually want to replace them all with Strenco plates, but I've had deep dishes for years. Ductile iron, amazing. USMA Olympic plates are also good if you want a thinner plate, but they are more expensive and they freaking suck to move around. They are so thin. They do have their calibrated plates in both the black and the colors if you're a powerlifter. For kettlebells, there are some good deals on kettlebell. In fact, I'll show you one really quick on Amazon. I saw it just yesterday. If you go to Amazon, and depending on the sizing you're looking for, the price, I just wrote in kettlebell. Dang, that's bad. Never say kettlebell. Kettlebell. These kettlebells at the 80 pound were $95. Free shipping for an 80 pounder. Cast iron, like not every sizing is that good, but I was going through and I was just looking like curious. They've got 50 pounders for $65. So honestly, 20 pound for $22. Brand new, shipped to your freaking door, people. Here's the reality right now. A lot of home gym companies, they're not that, like, demand has probably softened over time. The economy isn't like fantastic right now. So there's overstock that people need to sell. So there are some specific deals you can find that are amazing. And I'm going to walk through some of them today. But for kettlebells, like if you're looking for kettlebells, I just sent this to a buddy yesterday that was looking for 80 pound kettlebells. I mean, you're not going to be able to beat that. So there's an option. Yes, for all cast iron kettlebells on Amazon. We'll put links for these things. If you want Rogue kettlebells, they're not going to be that cheap. Let's see. 80-pound kettlebell from Rogue. Made in USA. This is their powder coat version. Machined and finished in the USA. I think these are cast iron. They also sell their ductile iron, which is a stronger iron. Not that it really matters for a home gym, to be honest. But $142. And that doesn't include shipping. So just to show you kind of the cost difference there if you're looking for deals. But the other thing is they have their hot deals, which these are things they come out with and they have a limited supply. Rogue Echo Rower, $875. I mean, in my opinion, Sam, what do you think? Would you pick that over a C2? Turf tires?
Yeah, probably so.
I mean, they know the pricing. It's like, it's right there. It's like, if you spend just a little bit more, but it's quality rower, just like C2. The monitor is good too, but those turf tires, for a home gym, you're moving it all the time. Those turf tires are killer. They're coming out with the ski erg, which we're going to review. If you'd like to see that, make sure you subscribe. But we're going to do that one too. The Echo Bike, it's kind of, look, they got 4,600 reviews on that, on the Echo Bike, which you imagine that's only a really small percentage of people purchasing. So they've sold a freaking ton of those things. The Echo Bike, it's a good bike. It's not my favorite air bike, but it feels like a Rogue product. It's just over freaking built. It's like the way I heard it described one time is they like basically took a squat rack, broke it down, and turned it into an air bike. It's like that. Metal blades. It's nice. There's other options that have multiple handles and things like that. I still think the Schwinn Airdyne Pro is just a completely undersold, underutilized, underloved air bike. It's fantastic, but $845. That's pretty good. They do have the RM6 on sale. If you notice, the sales aren't like massive. And I think that's probably because Rogue's probably running thinner margins anyways. But we're going to look at Rep Fitness here in a little bit, and they're going to be a real good competitor on racks. But if you're looking for a rack, you could get an RM6 now, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper than what you get it ordinarily. Like $150 looks like is basically what you're looking like. But you can add on their functional trainer and some of that stuff too. For a bar, if you're looking to have a barbell in your gym and you want like my barbell recommendation, it's that one right there. I mean, $265, black zinc coated, made in America, lifetime warranty, incredible knurl, 29 millimeter. That bar is freaking fantastic.
I think that's better than the Boneyard price typically is. Yeah,
it's actually better than the Bare Steel or like right around it. I mean, $265 for that. If inflation has touched everything. What's that phrase where it's like everything the light touches is mine? Yes, what is that the quote?
That is the quote.
Okay, everything the light touches. So everything the light touches, inflation has touched, except Rogue Fitness barbells. Because $265, that's basically been the price, maybe $255, somewhere around there. Like, nothing has touched barbells, which is insane. Rogue must just put so much volume through their facilities that they can price it like that, but that's the bar. The Rogue Man Ray bench, $805. I mean, even at that price, I wouldn't get it. It is a tremendous, if you just want an overbuilt stout bench, but man, it freaking sucks to move. It's so heavy. It doesn't have all the new features that all the new benches have with like fold down backs, different attachments besides a leg roll. It leaves some things to be desired for the price, but it's a good bench if you want a Rogue overbuilt bench. CG1 cable attachment, 155. Okay, rackable curl bar. The adjustable bench 3.0 is a good bench. But again, very similar to the Man Ray, just at a lower price. The Rogue plate carrier, it's good, but I actually think there's better vests than that right now. The Westside Scout Hyper, if you're looking for a reverse hyper, that's for a home gym, that's the one you should get because you can fold it up and put it away. The amount of reverse hypers I've had in my gym and then got rid of because it just does one thing and it takes up a ton of space and they're expensive. I mean, the Scout Hyper at $375, it's a killer piece. I mean, honestly, Rogue's got good deals on here. If you're looking to build a gym, they're not going to be crazy. Ohio Bar, $265, another example. Rogue Echo Bar, $235. The thing is, I think a lot of people, they already have bars, but if you're starting a home gym and looking for bars, now is the time. Because the discount, let's say the Ohio Bar, $265, it's about $30 discount. But the percentage of that is still pretty significant off of, it's less than $300. So you're looking at about 10%, a little bit over discount. It's pretty good. I hope they still do this. Maybe they'll do this later. We'll do another video on the best deals later on in the month. But they used to drop like special colorways, special builds, like exclusive stuff. And I'm not seeing that right now, which kind of sucks. Then the other thing they're doing is 5 for 5, where if you buy 5 items, you get them for $5 shipped. So there's a game you got to play, and they're trying to get you to buy more stuff, which is why if you're purchasing a gym, now is a really good time to do it, especially if you're going through Rogue, because you can end up getting a lot of stuff for shipped really cheap. And that's basically everything on this page, which I clicked it, and that includes bumper plates, racks, heavy items. So that's really where your big discounts are going to come when you build a big cart. Okay, let's go to basically the direct competitor, the one everybody's considering versus Rogue, and that's Rep Fitness, and for good reason. Right now, they're having their rack week. The way that they've done it in years past is they typically do like a week at a time with different items. So like they'll do racks, then maybe they'll do dumbbells or kettlebells, that sort of thing. Right now is rack week, and their racks are fantastic. They're doing a claim system where once 100% is claimed, they're gone. Honestly, looking at the percentages claimed right now, I am curious if they'll actually get 100% claimed, because they're only at 12%, and we'll see. I mean, we'll just
Friday's payday for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. In years past, there's like a rush. It's like I want to get it before it runs out, and it has ran out. So I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. But when you're looking at racks, like let me go back to Rogue. I am curious on their functional trainer racks. See, they just can't even keep up with demand on their functional trainer racks. So getting a deal on the functional trainer rack, maybe it'll happen. My guess is it won't. You're not going to, people want them because they're freaking amazing. But let's just compare on pricing, because Rep does have their rack week. And so they're doing the Eris 2.0, they're doing the wall-mounted builder, they're doing the Athena, the wall-mounted Athena. All their racks are on sale. They're doing 10% off. So 10% off. Here's the thing. Rep's prices have gone up quite a bit, and it's because of tariffs, like the T word. That's why prices have gone up, and it doesn't affect Rogue's steel as much because their steel they make in-house. Probably affects some of their bumper plates and stuff because those aren't made in the US by really anybody. But so prices are pretty close. Like if I look at an Eris 2.0, I'm not building one out, but just off the cuff, because companies can get mad if I do this and I don't make it exactly the same. I'm just kind of showing right here off your website. Eris 2.0, $4,200. That includes the double stacks. So if we compare that is a 6-post. If we compare that to the FM6, $5,800 for their twin stacks. So I mean that's a big price difference. You're looking at $4,200, 58. I mean that's a big difference. So if you're looking for a rack on that price difference, it's like I would go Eris 2.0 for that price. I mean the Eris is fantastic. It's amazing. There are some quality components I prefer about Rogue, but I mean, you can't go wrong with Rep's Eris 2.0 or Athena. So fantastic racks. You're also opting into like an ecosystem, and both companies are building out their ecosystem, and most of them are compatible with other attachments, which is really nice. So those are the racks I get asked about constantly. They are higher end. So if you want to see more budget-ended functional trainer racks and kind of the deals that are going to be around there from like Eon Fits, Macolos, and some of those brands, I'll talk about those in the Budget Gym Co-op channel. You can check that out. The other thing that people are going to be wondering about Rep specifically are dumbbells. So in years past, Rep has offered discounts off of adjustable dumbbells. So I would hope this year, my guess is it would probably be pretty similar to what they're doing on racks. It's kind of how they did it in years past. It was kind of always been like the 10% off or so. So if you're looking for adjustable dumbbells, honestly, I would probably wait and see what the discount's going to be on Rep-Ins or Quick Draws. If I'm choosing between Quick Draws and MX Selects, I'm going MX Selects. If I'm choosing between Rep-Ins and MX Selects and price is not as much of a component, Rep-Ins are fantastic. They're the dumbbell I use every day. They do have a rails on the side, so technically a cage, but Those are freaking amazing. So I'd be watching out for those. They'll probably have their bars and plates and some of that stuff on sale too. I noticed a bunch of people were upset because the first thing they launched was apparel. You know, they like dropped it's like 10% Black November. We're so freaking pumped to build our home gym. You get apparel. And the crowd goes meek. You know, it's like, oh yeah, so you get apparel. You know, but it seems like they're actually coming out with real deals, which is freaking nice.
One thing of note, in between recording this and editing it, Rep now has Cable Week instead of Rack Week, but thankfully for you, racks include cables now. So technically it's pretty much the same, except it also includes cables now. I'm also noticing my lips look kind of black. It's because I just had blueberries. Oh well, go with the tape, baby.
All right, now let's go to Giant Lifting. Giant Lifting is, we just got their all-in-one rack. Me and Sam were both commenting. What do you think? What company does it feel like?
It feels like Rep.
It feels a lot like Rep. It does. It feels a lot like Rep. Like even the powder coating had a little bit of sparkle on their half feet. You know, it's like, it feels a lot like Rep. It's not like, I will say the fit and finish isn't quite there. Rep's is better, but.
Depending on the price point,
Right, yeah, right. And Giant's offering some significant deals. Dumbbells, 15 to 20% off. Bumpers, 15 to 20% off. Some of this stuff is commoditized. I would definitely compare pricing on this versus, say, Rogue, because the Rogue Echo bumpers, you immediately think Rogue's going to be more expensive. That's not really the case anymore. Iron plates, 10% off. Barbells. Racks are 10 to 25% off, depending on racks. And their benches, which they have some really good benches. Similar to Rep, which right now Rep doesn't have benches on sale. They typically have a bench week too, because benches are like a big component for theirs. So I'd watch out for that from Rep. But Giant Lifting, they're having benches 15 to 20% off, and they have some serious competitors to Rep on benches. Their Giant 2X bench is very similar to the Rep AB 3,500, 2,500. I forget the 2,000. I forget the exact number, but very similar benches. Like they're so close. But pricing on this is $270 for a pretty darn good bench. The 2X adjustable dumbbell. Hex dumbbells. If you're looking to build a Hex dumbbell set, Hex dumbbells, for those unaware, pretty much are all the exact same. The company just white label the brand on there to put their brand on the mold. They're pretty much all the exact same. So you're really looking at pricing. And typically, Giant's dumbbell pricing is it's like just slightly lower than many other companies. Well, they're doing a sale on it now. So you can get a 5 to 50 pound set for $940. I think like just go adjustables, but there are some people that they really want a full set. So if you want Hex, there's an option. This is the rack we're putting up now, $2,300. The BD3X Axis 4-post half rack functional trainer bundle. These are, yeah.
It's really good. I'm surprised by that price.
Yep, that's with a 160 pound weight stack. They do have a 210 pound stack you can upgrade to for $2,500. So not that much more. And they offer in different colors. So, and they're not charging for the colors. So they have the space black. The color that we got is concrete gray, and it looks sick. It's like a Porsche. It's like a Porsche, you know, like gray. It's pretty sweet. And then they have the red too. If it was me, I'd go with the gray. This is the tall version too, which means you're gonna have a lot of cable travel on the uprights. It has the front feet. I mean, that price, I mean, for a functional trainer rack, it's pretty good. And they're using the same 3x3, you know, 75 by 75 millimeter, 1-inch hole rack, black hardware, pretty good price. The Northland trap bar, if you're looking for an open trap bar, Reps is very good, but if you're on more of a budget, Giants for the price, $340. Their standalone lat pull and low row is also good. We've used it. If you want a plate loaded lat row that doesn't take up a lot of space and isn't super expensive, that's one. The Giant Gym Power Rack, which is their 2.0, very similar to Reps, basic rack. I think there's better racks for a budget gym at the price point, and I'll talk about those in the Budget Gym Co-op channel. They do also offer the same handle or similar handle, the straight handle that's knurled, as Rep does, if that you prefer that handle on the fixed dumbbell rack or on the fixed dumbbells. And so that's an option you can go with as well. And so their prices, again, they're offering 15% off of them. So just to compare, let's just see what the prices are for those versus Rep. For a 5-pound pair, let's just do one people would actually use. 35-pound pair, $123. Now, again, it's not dumbbell week, but 35-pound pair as of today, $165 from Rep, $123 from Giant.
It's pretty significant.
And those are, I'm telling you, I've had them both in hand. They're the same. I just can't tell a difference. So I'm sure somebody will come out and say, they're not the same. This one has it. They're functionally, so honestly, Giant's deals on here, they may have overstocked or something. These are actually pretty good. Giant V3 kettlebells again, and they've got it all at once. Dang.
You can't get over that rack combo though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't buy a functional trainer for $2,300.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, with the 3x3 uprights, so it's not like you're opting into Giant's ecosystem. You have to use Giant stuff. No, you can use other people's attachments and things. It's pretty good. The thing is, don't compare it to the Ares 2.0 and don't compare it to the Rogue FM trainer, because it's most comparable really to like the Dane 2.0 from Fringe Sport, which we'll show here in a moment. And that's because it doesn't have like a centered lat pull down, centered low row. It's just on a single side. But you can easily come up with workarounds to be able to use it for lat pull downs and low rows and things like that. And then their benches, the 2X I talked about, but their 2.0 FID bench, $315. That very similar to Reps AB3000. AB3000 is $350, which is probably one of their most popular benches because the price is just fantastic. $350 versus $315. So honestly, not that big of a difference. I'm curious to see how much cheaper Reps will get. Okay, I think that's good on Giant. Obviously, they have a ton of other stuff. But I will say, just generally speaking, if you're in a mid-tier, like you don't want to spend quite as much as Rep or Rogue, but you're not on like an ultra budget, I mean, Giant's offering a lot of good stuff, good prices. All right, then PRX. We've got a PRX rack here, fold down rack. Again, this is the same thing. Their best sale of the year, like most of these companies. If you're looking for a folding rack, it's going to be PRX, and now is the time to buy it. I am curious to see what their sale is like. Get up to 15% off select products at checkout. So they're not telling, okay, so they're doing 10% off the profile racks. The profile racks are good, especially if you have their new Pro Functional Trainer, but there is something coming from PRX that I can't speak about, that I saw. And I basically, a couple years ago, I was like, this is something you should do. Why do you guys not have this yet? And they're like, okay, we'll work on that. And I think it's coming this Black Friday. And it's going to be sick. That's all I'm going to say. I don't see it yet. I was told it's probably going to come this Black Friday. But it's freaking epic. But they do have, I do notice, they had their Halo arms. I think they were 15% off. Oh, they're not, they're out of stock? Maybe they sold them. All right. They do have their the Halo arms for the profile rack, 5% off. So those are the things I would really look at from PRX. And then the other thing is storage. Their wall storage is fantastic, very, very slim. We actually have a couple pieces on this wall, and they're 15% off. So that's pretty good. 15% off all their storage. They're made in the US, pretty much all of them. And I mean, their storage is great if you want to get things off the floor and on the wall, which is how to do it. Griffin, they're offering 25% off, specifically the adjustable lever arms 2.0. I'm not going to say they're the ones I would recommend because I wouldn't. We did a full review on them if you want to see that. It just kind of depends on the price. And if you compare, so here's the thing. PRX's Halo arms are right now, they're the best in my opinion. They're the best ones out there. They're the ones you should get. But you have to compare the price. The price on them I just saw was $1,500. $1,500, okay? Which at that price, I would recommend them for few people. Griffins are $670. And you can do some similar stuff. So, I mean, these aren't as good as PRXs, but for the price, if you really want adjustable jammer arms that do some of the cool stuff, those are ones worth looking at. Honestly, there's not much more I'd say from Griffin. Let's maybe look at Black November sales. They're doing cart discounts. If you spend a bunch of money, their racks, it's the commoditized 3x3 1-inch hole racks. They're adjustable benches. They're offering similar pricing as Giant is on similar benches. So it looks like they're mainly doing cart discounts. Not a lot to talk about there. Fringe Sport. Honestly, Fringe Sport used to wait a long time to reveal their discounts. Right now, they're doing 15% back on all orders. So basically, you buy something, you get 15% back instead of doing a direct discount. So then you go buy more crap. The thing that's kind of nice about this is Fringe Sport does offer free shipping. So they're not doing a big cart discount either. So you can buy piecemeal stuff, which, I mean, I don't know how that'll work for their warehouse because that's going to suck. You're going to, instead of shipping out like one big box, you're going to ship out one little box to the same people. Because what I would do is I'd buy, like, say, the Dane 2.0, $2,800. $2,800 versus, well, think about it, $2,800 versus Giants for, what was it, $2,300? I'd go with Giant. That's the tall rack too. It's going to have more cable tray. I'd go with Giant. Personally. Although I like the 2.0. It's just the additional attachments you're going to have to look like you have to add on. You could buy it, say the rack, if you want the rack, and then you get 15% back. Use that to go buy the Mammoth Belt Squat or something like that. So that could be nice. The things to call out on Fringe Sport, it's the stuff right here. The Dane 2.0, the Mammoth Belt Squat, Sidewing pulley system is awesome. If you're on a budget, want to use plate-loaded lat pull-downs functional trainers, we just got one in. It's pretty sweet. Then their bumper plates are really good. Their Wonder Barbell, it used to be the one that I'd recommend, but honestly, the price is so similar to what Rogue is selling. I mean, the Fringe Sport Wonder Bar bushing is $300. And Rogue is selling their Made in America Echo Bar for $265. It's like, that's hard to compete with. Like, I would absolutely go with Rogue on that. So
still be cheaper with the 20 shipping than they can charge for a barbell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And then if you do the 5+5, you get shipped for $5, that kind of thing. Yeah, hard to compete with that. There's a company called Vesta, which is selling some stuff. We have one of their new racks, which it looks like it's this rack right here that this gentleman is very happily smiling at. Look at this guy. Oh man, he's loving life right now. I'm just sitting in front of my rack. Isn't this amazing? Looking at the sunset. What do you think he's looking at right now?
Gazing into the camera lights.
It's nice. That's how you feel when you got a garage gym. That whole guy, that's you. That could be you. Poor guy catching strays. Again, they're doing the cart discount on 5% off, $500 or more, and then it tiers up to 15% off. This rack right here, it's a cool looking rack. It is, because it looks like Sam, what does it look like?
It looks like the Eleiko Prestera.
Right,
rack.
it looks like the Eleiko Prestera rack. It really does. They call it the Pioneer Series. They're using stainless uprights, all that thing. And there's a ton of stuff you can add to it. Functional trainer, Smith machine. You can make it 91 inches, all that stuff, but it's $5,500 from Vesta.
And the uprights are custom cut to work with the frame as well. So you cannot take those uprights and go use them on something else anywhere else.
Right. You can't over time, you upgrade it, and add on. So you'd get a discount. $5,500 would get you, I think, a $1,500 discount. Let's see. So it would $4,600, I think is what it's saying. Yeah, 15% off. So you get $825 off. So it's around $4,600. So still wouldn't recommend it. When you compare that to, say, Reps, which we saw, the Aris 2.0, still go with Aris 2.0. But this one does have a Smith machine built in for that price. It's a cool rack. It is cool. I just not hard to compete with the other companies on that. Snode, they are offering 10% off, which includes their adjustable dumbbells Honestly, these were a really good value adjustable dumbbell I would constantly recommend up until MX Select came out with their Evo series. And I would pick the Evo series over these because pricing on this, let's see, these are not 105 pounds, they're 80 pounds. When you compare the 80 pound set or around there on MX Select versus these, MX Select is going to be, I think, cheaper. Those are $795, 70 pound set, $650, and you can upgrade them over time, or the 100 pounds. I mean, honestly, MX Select, I'd go MX Select over Snode's. And the warranty, the drop warranty. And the way that you add the adder plates, where with these, they're 10 pound adjustable, but you have to add like magnets on the outsides for adjustable weights. Got to innovate, baby, because other people are. And I think Snode, at least on those dumbbells, I think we've been passed by MX Select. Get RX'd. They always offer a ton of deals. It's hit or miss with Get RX'd. 10% off site-wide. We've got a bunch of Get RX'd stuff that we've reviewed. We've got this new slim trainer right here, which is really cool if you have a very small amount of space. It's just the cable travel is very small. And also that trolley is heavy. The first time we went to we weren't expecting it to be super heavy when we left. It just drops. It's like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. But they have some smaller stuff. If you're into the 3x3 ecosystem, that could be nice. RX3 center post, RX3 lat pull and low row pad. If you want to get all the racks, because you like the tornado arms, now's a good time to do it. I will say, if I'm looking at a rack right now, and I'm looking at just everything that's available, I don't think I'd get RX3. I think I'd go with a different company. They're offering some cool stuff. It's just the fit and finish on it. It's not rep level. It's not rogue level. It's not there. It's not even giant level. It's not Titan level. Yeah, it's good. It's just, I just expected a little bit more. I think I would love to see them up their manufacturing, be a little bit tighter tolerances. Just a lot of things moving around. Then speaking of Titan right now, the deals that I've seen, they got early access. The thing with Titan is they're always running sales. Most companies are not always running sales. Titan has this, literally, I get an email every week from Titan about their sales. I need to unsubscribe from that Bible. I feel like I did already. And it's always like they hype it up, like best sale ever. It's like, how many best sales? It's like world's best cup of coffee. Congratulations every freaking week. No. So the sales, it depends on the deal. I will say, Scratch and Dent, it's a great place to get some good deals. Okay, so if you're looking, like Scratch and Dent can be, depending on the item, if you're okay with it being a little bit dented, I think it's worth looking at. Right. Right. Yeah. It's like maybe it's just overstock and they throw it in there, but they got their belt squat on sale. That's hilarious. The belt squat, I reviewed that 8 years ago, something like that, when it first came out, and they changed a bunch of stuff after the review, I think, just to improve some of the stuff because there's some weird stuff. But I remember that being, it was like $350, I think. $820 on sale. $1,260 is the retail price. Woo, buddy. Functional trainer, $2,500. It's good if you want a functional trainer. There's a lot better options. Hack squat, leg press. The Titan fan bike, okay. Man, I'm just trying to see if there's any of this stuff that's like really I'd recommend. Squat Max MD, if you want a belt squat, that's the best for specifically squatting. It's the Squat Max MD. As annoying as that guy can be to me, Brian Hennessy, man. I mean, just some of his posts he's made about me. It's like I have no problem with you, but it doesn't change my opinion of the product. Squat Max MD is for squatting fantastic, amazing. It's just I like the Rhino. I like some of the cable stuff better because it's more versatile in my opinion. He's going to say I have all these attachments and I can do all this stuff. I still think the others are more versatile, but still a great unit. Great unit. The open trap bar from Titan, $385. Still would not recommend it versus say the Giant. It's just oversized heavy. But they're offering a bunch of stuff. It depends on the item. If you want a vertical leg press, which I wouldn't recommend one, my dad does have this one and he likes it okay, but $225 for that. That's a lot of steel for that price. Force USA. Black Friday is on. I am curious to see if they're doing the C20, and they are. What's the deal on the C20, you think?
They typically throw in a bunch of free stuff.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're throwing in a gunner barbell. They're throwing so price is staying the same, which the price $6,500. That hurts. The price just hurts. It's not when the barbell doesn't put me over the edge, but it's a fantastic. I mean, it's a fantastic rack. They've got the C10, $4,500. Their functional training rack, $3,400. I mean, I will say the compact leg press. Oh, they're not offering many discounts. They're offering things with it. So like the compact leg press, still $1,000, but they're offering a 9 tile set. So, yeah, kind of sad. They are offering a slight discount on the tandem tower for $2,500, but that's not an item. I haven't used that yet, but just off the cuff, that's not going to be a top recommendation probably from me because you can do all that stuff in a rack. But the C20 is fantastic. Just sat on the deal. Freak Athlete. I haven't seen a deal from them yet. Power Block. On our website, GarageGymReviews.com, we list all the deals. There are tons of deals and exclusive deals using codes on the website now that work. For instance, Carol Bike. Just run through these. $250 off. Giant Lifting, GGR, save 5%. I'd be curious if that stacks. Harambe Lifting, if you're into bands, GGR, 10%. Shogun Sports, if you want the Nordex, 15% off. Pull Up and Dip, which is a pretty sweet bar that goes on the wall, 10% off using Garage Gym 10. Makolo Fitness, Garage Gym Review, 5%. There's a ton on here. If you want the Quantum Trainer, which I don't know if it's in stock, but you can save $50 off using the code GGR. There's a bunch on here for a ton of companies. So we'll put a link below the like button that you can check out all the deals that our team is basically compiling. And yeah, that's a lot of deals. There's a lot more. Man, I got just a list of a ton of these. But I tried to run through like highlights. I'm sure there's a company I missed. It wasn't on purpose. If I missed a company, let people know in the comments. Have no problem. I mean, it's helpful. And I'd love to hear from you. Is there anything you're buying this year? Let me know in the comments. But if you'd like to see the best budget gym Black Friday deals, it's launching at the exact same time as this on the Budget Gym Co-op. All right, then McCoop from Garage Gym Reviews. See you next time. Peace.